talk about Whoopi Goldberg because I got so many texts this week because she attacked me the week before.
Sure.
So everybody was like, "Oh, Bill, I get you're enjoying the karma." Whoopi attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid shit on a regular basis. It just happens.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
The mistake really is there's too much BS floating out there, and now it's out of our hands. There's no way to control it, so now they're saying they're going to control it. I want to see what they're going to do.
My team will review the applications and give credentials to new media applicants who meet our criteria and pass United States Secret Service requirements to enter the White House complex.
All right. What'd she say?
She basically said,
It's been a while since we checked in on the chaos over at The View, and you might hope things had cooled down. Nope, still full blast on the woke theatrics. But this time, someone pushed back. Bill Maher and Karoline Leavitt formed an unexpected duo that completely dismantled the nonsense. Trust us, it was a takedown for the books. So what exactly did the hosts say this time? And how did Maher and Leavitt fire back with such precision? Stay right here, we've got all the fire, all the jaw-dropping moments. Strap in, this one gets wild.
Got to get past this endless, unforgiving, zero-tolerance mindset bent on punishing and disappearing anyone caught saying the wrong thing. The right response to speech you don't like is more speech.
So why is Bill Maher suddenly on a mission to preach tolerance across party lines? Turns out, The View's hosts aren't thrilled about Maher's slow shift toward the center-right, but what really set them off was his recent dinner with President Trump. On air, Whoopi Goldberg was furious, blasting Maher for even daring to share a table with their number one villain figure she couldn't even bring herself to name.
And take him seriously and take him literally.
I don't think that we have to. I think it would be remiss of us to not say Joe Biden knows how to do this.
Yes.
He knows how to do this. He's quite good at this. And you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean
he rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just.
But can I mention one thing?
Whoopi's meltdown was just the beginning. What followed was a complete character takedown of Bill Maher. To her, dining with Trump wasn't just a poor choice, it was outright betrayal. No matter how funny, logical, or thoughtful Maher might be, he had, in their view, committed an unforgivable act. Sharing a meal with their public enemy made him irredeemable.
How dare you be so flippant, man? Listen, nobody on the planet really wants to go through this. This is not something we're doing because it's, sexually gratifying. This is what we're doing to protect our families. And you don't have to do it, or stay away from everybody.
But if you know Bill Maher, you know he's not the type to stay quiet, and he didn't. On Real Time, Maher fired back hard. He called out the pearl-clutching outrage with biting sarcasm and sharp commentary. Piece by piece, he broke down the hysteria, making it clear that he doesn't need validation from the likes of Whoopi Goldberg or her co-hosts. Classic Maher, direct and sharper than ever.
As you know, 12 days ago I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief. There's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute.
Before he laid into Whoopi with a scathing response which we'll play shortly, Maher made his position clear. This is still America, where we're free to disagree. He reminded them that disagreement doesn't equal hatred, and that open dialogue matters. But that's a concept the ladies of The View seem to have abandoned long ago. Maher wasn't just defending himself, he was defending civil discourse itself. Unfortunately, that message didn't land with Whoopi, who only escalated the feud.
He's right, then why didn't people vote for the former prosecutor who actually had policy plans to help the working class?
And I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened. Oh my God, Bill, are you going to say something nice about him? What I'm going to do is report exactly what happened. You decide what you think about it. And if that's not enough pure Trump hate for you, I don't give a fuck.
Whoopi even went as far as to compare Trump to Kamala Harris, making it obvious she wished Maher had been invited by the vice president instead. Had that happened, she'd have been over the moon, maybe even hosting the after-party. If Maher had praised Kamala, Whoopi would have been applauding. But because it was Trump, his words were suddenly treated like treason. Clearly, this wasn't about values, it was about tribal loyalty.
About Whoopi Goldberg, because I got so many texts this week because she attacked me the week before.
Sure.
So everybody was like, "Oh, Bill, I get you're enjoying the karma." First of all, I'm going to talk about this at the end of my show next week in teaser. But there is no fucking thing as karma, okay? Get over that. Whoopi attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid shit on a regular basis. It just happened to coincide. But can I just say this? I had on last week Ira Glasser, former longtime head of the ACLU, talking about free speech. Whoopi Goldberg, who, by the way, I hope is still a friend. We can disagree with each other. Should not be canceled or put off her show, as much as I totally disagree with her crazy statement. Free speech. She should be there. She shouldn't get a timeout.
And this is what sets Bill Maher apart. He doesn't just preach free speech, he practices it. Even after Whoopi's national TV attack, Maher stood his ground, firm in his beliefs. That kind of resolve is rare and commendable, especially today. Whoopi's tantrum triggered backlash from across the political spectrum, with some even calling for her resignation. But Maher didn't play the victim. He doubled down. And then, he dropped a few bombs of his own.
You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS.
Yes, Bill Maher actually compared Whoopi to a hunter and himself to a lion. And you know what? It fit. In this bizarre media safari, Goldberg came in guns blazing, ready to take down her prey. But Maher didn't run, he roared back. With wit, confidence, and a sharpened tongue, he turned the ambush into a counterattack. And while Goldberg left shaken, Maher came out composed. Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt wasn't even close to finished.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help. Think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
Leavitt nailed it. The moral decay caused by modern woke culture has spread into every part of our society. What once passed for compassion has become a weapon used to censor, divide, and distract. Newsrooms don't report facts anymore, they craft narratives. Universities push ideology. Even healthcare isn't safe from political interference. This isn't progress, it's collapse. And Whoopi, she's become the spokesperson for this downward spiral. Her loyalty to woke politics shows how celebrity influence is now a tool for silencing rather than debating. Leavitt had seen enough and came in strong.
So White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt announced that the Associated Press has been banned from the Oval Office for not honoring the recent renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Take a look. The mistake really is there's too much BS floating out there, and now it's out of our hands. There's no way to control it, so now they're saying they're going to control it. I want to see what they're going to do.
My team will review the applications and give credentials to new media applicants who meet our criteria and pass United States Secret Service requirements to enter the White House.
Karoline Leavitt didn't just respond, she demolished them. The women of The View have spent years feeding their audience a cocktail of half-truths, spin, and blatant fictional under the guise of informed commentary. They once called Joe Biden a national savior while ignoring his visible mental decline. Then they pushed Kamala Harris as a beacon of leadership even, though she can barely get through a sentence. It's political theater disguised as news. But this time, Leavitt came armed with facts and clarity. And even when Whoopi shot back, Leavitt wasn't fazed. Her response was legendary.